What's going on, everyone? It's Goku Boruto Saiyan here, ready to review another chapter of Dragon Ball Super. And so, I don't know what you guys thought, but yesterday's episode was pretty epic. I mean, they are building this up pretty well. And so, as you guys know, last episode they ended off with Trunks punching Goku. And in this episode, Trunks comes back to reality. Bulma smacks him back into place and lets him know that, hey, you made it. You made it back to the past. And with that being said, Trunks, figures out where he's at, and he questions why Goku's there, because the last time that he saw Goku, Goku was dead in the Cell game. So they question that as well. So overall, pretty good episode. As you can see, you saw a little pass, from them going back to Trunks fighting, not Majin Buu, but Deborah and Babidi, so that Majin Buu wouldn't reawaken. And, you see the little Pilaf army trying to stir things up, but overall, Trunks gets to explain. Trunks has explained that him and Little Trunks are two different people from two different timelines, but they're essentially the same person. So, yeah, it's a good episode. A couple things that really stood out to me in this episode that was pretty awesome was one, them explaining kind of the past and showing Trunks in the past and how strong he was to beat Deborah. And I thought that was pretty awesome because I remember watching the fight with Gohan. I think he was Super Saiyan 2, and he struggled to fight Deborah. And so, I don't know if it's fair to say, but I'd like to say Trunks is way beyond Gohan at that level before Gohan went Mystic. I mean, I remember during that time Gohan couldn't fight at all. He just didn't have any fighting style. Vegeta and Goku were getting mad at him. So it was nice to see Trunks do some damage and, really step up and show that he was training during that time. Another thing that stood out to me that was pretty cool was seeing the whole fight between Trunks and Goku. That was pretty amazing. I mean, that's what we all wanted to see. And the previews made it look like they were going to fight right off the bat, but really they just wanted to spar and kind of see what power levels they were at. And so, without ado, I mean, Trunks powers right up to Super Saiyan 2, and that was pretty awesome to see because we don't normally see that. And so, my immediate thoughts to that was when he powered up to Super Saiyan 2 was Gohan in the Cell phase. I mean, I just immediately thought about that because that shows me right there that Trunks is at least as strong, if not stronger, than Gohan was during the Cell games. And so, of course, Goku goes up and he powers into Super Saiyan 2, and they spar and they go after, and that was pretty awesome to see. And then, of course, Goku being Goku, he powers up to Super Saiyan 3, and, Trunks is just amazed. He didn't know there was that level there. And so to end it off, Trunks swings at Goku with his most powerful blast with the sword, and Goku stops it with two fingers and just pretty much takes Trunks out in one blow. And so that was cool to see, even though it was just a short fight. It was cool to see Goku kind of gauge Trunks' power level and really appreciating that, especially since Trunks is all alone. And so to be able to train and get there on his own level, that was pretty cool to see. And so those were some of the top moments in the chapter for me. My predictions for the next chapter is this. As you guys can see, Black shows up at the end and he's staring Goku down. And the previews make us believe that Goku loses. But here's my prediction. I think they set up pretty well to where Goku gets thrown against that mountain, but I actually think that's just going to be the beginning of the fight, Goku's not even a Super Saiyan. As you can see in the previews, the blast that he's taking on, he's not at Super Saiyan 2 at that point. He's just regular black hair Goku. And so I think he starts off like that, gets thrown into the mountains, and he comes back out, powers up, and gives Black a run for his money. But Black's talking that whole time, so I think that's interfering with Goku's fighting habits, and so Goku's just listening to him and trying to figure something out. So I do think there's some form of manipulation going on there with Black talking to Goku about why he's back, why he's doing what he's doing. And so my prediction for next week is they'll fight, they'll get into it. Goku will essentially power up to Super Saiyan 2, and at the end of the day, he may power up to Super Saiyan God. And, at that point, Black may step back and just say, hey, you guys have been warned. This is what's going on. I'll be back to take all you guys out. And I think, once Black takes off, then it's on the Z Fighters and everyone else to start training for this. And so I think that's where you get the build up into Trunks, future Trunks and Gohan coming together. I do think eventually everyone will train again to have this fight, to make sure that they're ready to fight Black and his army. Because essentially, it's kind of weird. I don't know how many people watch Naruto out there, but I kind of get the feeling that the green Kaioshin that they show in the intro, I feel like Goku Black probably has similar powers to Pain, to where the green guy's pulling the strings from behind the scenes. And so that's my prediction on Goku Black. I think the body is probably a dead body, but he's being controlled by this green figure from a different way. They're controlled probably through the earring. They're probably combined, but at the same time they're separated to where he's almost like a puppet of his. So that's my prediction. I know it's kind of out there, but from the facial expressions and just seeing Goku Black's face, I do feel he's being controlled. I don't think the body's alive, and maybe it's a dead Goku body. I don't know, but overall, that's kind of how I see it. Even when he fights, as you can see, he doesn't really power up to Super Saiyan levels, but it's just the body. So that's my prediction in the future. So if it happens, great. If it doesn't, we'll just see what happens. But overall, let me know what your thoughts are. Give me your feedback in the comments below, and I don't know if you guys like me, but I'm excited to see the next couple episodes. Next week's episode should be good, and hopefully we'll lead on into Gohan and Future Trunks. All right, everyone, it's Goku Saiyan taking off. Take care.